Video, this would be one of the many, or one of the many rare cases I'll do, uh, not necessarily voiceover, but while working out, I'll be discussing this thing I have in mind for weeks on how I at least stay in shape, quote unquote, even in weeks that I don't work out consistently. I mean, on a competitive bodybuilding standard, my physique is not even up to the standards of novice men's physique, but I don't even plan as of now in competing, but doing the bare minimum actually helps maintain your physique, at least, at the very least, like the concept of at least training your abs, your neck. I know some of your majority of you, maybe 93 to 95% of the population, and that is even a generous thought, skip or entirely don't train their neck at all. I mean, you're very, I would say, at least even train the trap. So your abs, your neck, your calves. Hopefully, if you don't skip your calves, if you really want to achieve an X taper physique, or overall, just for the overall health and overall health of your joints, of your lower body, to avoid injuries whatsoever, even forearms. That is one of my biggest regrets in my decade. So I know, surprise, with this physique, I am actually past the decade of training, but me skipping forearms is one of my many regrets in my decade of yo-yo dieting, like hopping programs, and being lost. Like, I don't have a goal. Back in the day, I mean, yeah, sure, calisthenics, high volume calisthenics, high endurance, like as I've been mentioning previously so many times, doing 100 push-ups on a single row, like having abs. I mean, basic cookie cutter type of goals as a novice. But in those first 10 years of training, I was lost. I had both the privilege and the curse of being bombarded with a lot of information on social media fitness, not just bodybuilding. I mean, athletic side of things, like pursuing calisthenic skills. Again, high endurance calisthenics, weighted calisthenics, science-based quote unquote type of lifting, like getting more out of less weight whatsoever, so on and so forth. And here we are now. I mean, I'm doing what actually works since the Bronze Age, so I'm doing, again, the basic cookie cutter type of training, the old school bodybuilding lifts, what actually works, and of course I'm experimenting what is currently the meta, or what surprisingly works based on the science-based community on social media fitness, especially through isolation, getting more out of less weight again, studying RIR, RPE, all those fancy words. If you are past the novice, you're early or middle intermediate, some strategies advanced, not necessarily advanced, like again, some very unknown jargons, like again the more out of less weight would actually be very helpful in your journey, not just if your journey in being a bodybuilding hobbyist. I mean, majority of you also, I would like to even point out that won't even compete on stage, like even a professional level wherein you have to take performance enhancing drugs. That's okay, that's fine. I am on the same boat as you. I mean, I just want to look good in front of the camera, like looking good half naked, and for my partner, and that is completely fine. So in this video, like doing the bare minimum, I know I've been yapping for what, 8 minutes. This video, while doing my workout, I'll be sharing my thoughts and even a little bit of rant on why doing the bare minimum keeps you at least fit, not like entirely like on an advanced high level athlete level type of fit, but like looking good and again looking fit at the same time. So first I'll be doing some warm-ups on my pull-ups. As you can see, I also did my laundry, so doing a little bit of warm-up. Doing warm-ups. Sorry, ate a lot of carbs for pre-workout, but like doing the bare minimum, again as mentioned, like how can you all even skip the idea of like even sandwiching some of the most basic again, some of you neglect the most genius idea of sandwiching small muscle groups, like again the neck, the calf, the forearms, the abs. Again, it depends on the split that you're doing. If you're doing like a heavy pull, I would not suggest supersetting your forearms alongside it, as it could affect your performance and the number of reps and the total tonnage of weight that you can use on a particular exercise. I would suggest maybe like supersetting like even your front delt, since most of your heavy pulls are more inclined to using your posterior muscles, your traps, your upper back, your rhomboids, your rear delts, your lats, your spinal erectors, and like doing like front delt raises won't even affect your performance when doing like, let's say, an heavy hip hinge, like a deadlift, a good morning, like Jefferson curls, or like doing horizontal diagonal pulls, like your pullovers, your pull-ups, heavy-weighted pull-ups, your rows. Like maybe at first your overall GPP or general physical preparedness would be most definitely affected, but over time your body will adapt most definitely. And not only it saves time, it actually gives you uh, gives you the idea of having not the excuse to skip some of these neglected body parts, like for example uh, your neck. Like I superset my neck. I sandwich them in between, like not just with my pushing day, my pulling day, like almost every single opportunity that I actually can and will sandwich doing neck training, like after doing bench press, after doing weighted dips. I can like put like my dip belt. I forgot to bring my dip belt home, so gonna demonstrate. Maybe I'll show a video, but like doing after doing weighted dips, so or more ideally, more optimal, or the more alternative, the more better alternative to save time is maybe doing after doing bench press. Uh, like even when I said earlier that you should also consider like supersetting like this type of isolations, smaller body parts to not to affect the performance on the bigger lifts, like doing neck training, supersetting it with your heavy pulls, like let's say like you do shrugs, like you do like even like heavy hip hitch to begin with, like it works your traps so much, like your overall trap muscles, your upper, your mid, your lower trap, and then you superset it with doing like basic neck, like even neck curls, like laying on a bench and then like curling a lot of weight, or like even your own body weight. It actually gives you the most nastiest pump you could ever imagine. Like, oh man, like hopefully you don't get a very bad headache the day afterwards. I mean, do your stretches like post workout, but again, this would not give you the excuse to skip, like again, your neck and your abs and the calves. So after doing again another warm-up set on pull-ups, I'll be talking about it. So, like doing calves, uh, obviously some of you, I mean, I am also guilty as well back in the days. Even though now I don't plan on having big calves or big lower body in general. Again, it's because of my current goal of achieving at least an advanced stock planche. Adding more dead weight on my lower body would most definitely hinder, if not get me to my current goal, which is again, as much as I love leg training, I would have to skip it up until I can achieve my goal of advanced stock planche. But back when I was bulk maxing, like maybe last year up to 2 years ago, like calves, oh man, as long as I can sandwich it, or like even in my upper body days, I would include calf training, like the amount or satisfying feeling that you actually did something that you actually, not necessarily you don't want it, but since I also wanted a bigger lower body back what, again, like 2 years or a year ago, it's very satisfying. And surprisingly, like, some of the size remains up until now. I mean, I could say to myself that is actually a hindrance. Maybe I could contribute it to my work, since my work also contribute or requires me to do a lot of walking, so on and so forth, like walking up and down the stairs, and that would definitely, most definitely, work, or definitely would require my calves to work hard. Right now, I don't, or I'm not really affected on the way or how my calves are now atrophied, or not necessarily like atrophied on a negative type. They've shrunk for sure, but I am very satisfied on the way they're looking now. And again, even in upper body days, I would give myself the excuse to do like all types of calf raise variations, seated, doing, which is my favorite. Actually, my favorite was doing calf raises on the leg press machine. Not only it is actually more safer, ironically, you can actually, or it has the higher potential to progressively overload it with a lot of weight. I actually prefer it more than the standing barbell calf raises. Like even with the Smith machine, again, the reduced axial loading on my spine, and I can get to even do way beyond failure, like doing intensity methods, like doing my reps, like after stopping a set, I can do at least more reps, like maybe 5 to 10 more, 15 even, if you're very maniacal enough to do your calves like that. So after doing the 10 by 10 pull-ups, I'll be doing at least like how my planche lean, how is it progressing, maybe do assisted advanced stop planches, and instead of resting, I would actually also superset it or sandwich some core ab movement. I'm also planning on trying to achieve the L sit. So here goes nothing. Damn. Afterwards, I'll be doing some core work, some supplementary training for my L-sit. And this reminds me of one of my building bases, my foundation, on how I started
um, calisthenics, bodybuilding, I'd superset push-ups with any type of ab exercises, whether it could be like leg raises, some crunches, some sit-ups, uh, Russian twists, heel touches, um, some YouTube video. I actually cannot find it now. Some prison type of workouts, wherein again it saves you time. It actually improves coordination and involves majority of your whole body. Again, killing two birds with one stone. It gave me the progression, the discipline I needed to become consistent with what I do now, what my passion is, which is staying fit, looking good, and yeah, never skip abs. I know some of you would say you just do abs at home and you'll be ended up doom scrolling, um, just straight out getting passed out on bed, um, just binge eating outside, just binge eating afterwards, which would actually affect how you will train your abs or your core. And again, your abs is also a muscle. It also needs the stimulus to grow. It needs the progressive overload. One of my favorite ab exercises now is cable crunches. I can, or it has the potential to be overloaded with a lot of weight. Um, some weighted crunches, some uh, weighted leg raises, hanging leg raises, or at the dip station. I learned it with ball omni-man. You strap on a dip belt, like put on at least 25, 35, not 35 kilograms, 35 pound dumbbells or weight plates to be more optimal, to be more ideal, and then just proceed to lift up your knees, or if your core, your hip adductors are strong enough, like do like straight leg raises on the dip station or at the pull-up bar. And that is how I progressively overload and train my abs. And I actually like to superset it with some heavy pulls and heavy squats. Not only, again, those are putting a lot of load on your spine when you hang on the pull-up bar or just hang on the dip station. It actually decompresses your spine, which actually it technically is kind of a cool off type of uh, rest. I don't know. I cannot put the specific type of word. Bottom line, it decompresses your spine, not only with the help of you being on a dead hang, it also, or the added external resistance, the external load, which is the belt loaded with the 25-35 pound weight plates, further helps on decompressing your spine. So that is how I superset sandwich abs on a very jam-packed, heavy, busy schedule.
So that would be it, guys. I forgot to actually speak because I got too locked in doing some of this pen assisted advanced stock planche training. Um, Bottom line is you can do at least the bare minimum. Again, I've been saying it like a broken record, like doing calves, your forearms, your triceps, even like doing bodyweight tricep extensions, doing chair dips, doing your neck. Again, guys, I cannot express how important it is, not just from an aesthetic standpoint, that training your neck is very important. I mean, majority of you, even like, if you stumble upon this video, most definitely you drive a car, or if not, just maybe a motorcycle, bicycle. Like, having a strong thick neck saves lives. That's why NASCAR professional race car drivers, like NASCAR drivers, do isometric holds, like do strength and conditioning with their neck, because it avoids um, very severe whiplashes and the heavy lateral G forces. And again, do the bare minimum, guys. That will be it. Thank you for watching and have a good day.